Hello from Animal Kingdom Lodge, Jambo House. So we are checking in today. So, time for a room tour. So this is room 5410. It is a DVC Studio standard view. So one thing interesting about Jambo House is the standard view rooms are either going to overlook the pool area or be an obstructed savanna view. So ours is the pool area, which it is dark right now, so we'll have to show that later. But so far, I would say it's a pretty nice view.
Yes, very pretty pool view.
Yes. So, like I said, this is room 5410. So let's get started with the tour. So first of all, I do want to point out that the door is very intricate and very fun and well themed. And then walking in the door, there's a nice...
Welcome to my pad.
There's a nice full-length mirror. And then next to the mirror is the sink area and the bathroom. So it is two sinks, and they do include the soap and body lotion, and then all the other toiletries are the pumps. And then in the bathroom, standard bathroom area, toilet, bathtub, some nice fun African design patterns in the shower, and then like I said, there is the pumps for the toiletries, so the body wash, the shampoo, and the conditioner. And then the bathroom door also has a full-length mirror, so we have two full-length mirrors in this room. And then coming out of the bathroom, there is also a makeup mirror, so
Which is nice and not something at every resort we found out.
right. Is there a hairdryer too? Have we found that one?
Oh.
We'll look for that and update you in a bit.
I'll look for that, will you?
Okay.
Show the kitchen.
So here's our little kitchenette, because this is a DVC studio. So we have a sink out here for the kitchen side of things, and a a mini fridge with a freezer section. We do have some leftovers in here and a little treat for later. There is a coffee pot, and it comes with the coffee and creamer and cups for the coffee. We have a microwave and a toaster. And then up here it does include some paper towels, as well as that it was left over here. Interesting. Somebody left cookies. So we'll be throwing those away just because we don't know where those have been. And then on this side, there is some paper plates and bowls, and some plastic silverware. This would normally be regular silverware if it was not COVID times. This is being filmed in December of 2020. So we are in the middle of COVID, so there are some changes to the resorts. We have an ice bucket with some extra cups. And then one of my favorite features of the kitchenette area is the animals right here behind the sink, kind of reminiscent of the Simba drawings from The Lion King. And we also have a dish towel, sponge, and dish soap for the sink. So everything's included, which is very nice. And then turning towards the bedroom, there is a nice little space here for bags, or just like a little bench with some storage underneath. Decent sized storage there. And then we have a nice little wardrobe here.
No closet. So
No closet, so this would be the closet.
This is in lieu of a closet. And there's a nice little lizard.
Yeah, nice little etchings in the wood.
But guess what? Found the hairdryer.
Interesting spot for the hairdryer. But there's the hairdryer, and there's a safe in here too. Decent sized safe, it seems. Bigger than the moderates and values that we've stayed and experienced. Iron and ironing board. Ironing board is off to the side here. And then, because this is a studio, there's a queen size bed and then a queen size pull-out couch. So for the pull-out, this is the bedding you would use. And again, for COVID times, there is this plastic seal on it. So if that seal is broken, then they know it has been used. And then underneath that is the luggage rack that was included with the room as well. And then as for the TV and entertainment center, once again, quite a few etchings in the wood. Very, very cool, very themed. Also like the distressedness bumps in the wood too. That's very cool. Plenty of outlets. Looks like 2 outlets and 2 USBs on both sides. Nice size TV. And then very cool mirror over here. Let me turn this light on. But yeah, very cool little mirror, kind of
Flattering shape.
yeah, lizard-esque kind of legs coming out, but again with the nice etchings in the side. Very, very cool.
We have a little table area.
Yeah, table and chairs. Nice little size there. And then again
It looks like a drum.
It does.
Table base too,
Yeah.
especially.
all the little like bumps in the table are very drum-esque. And then turning here is the balcony. Again, it is dark right now, so we'll show that tomorrow to show you our view. And then nice little lamp over here. I like the lampshade too. Very, very cool with the lacing and stuff. Some African artwork. And then this is the pull-out couch. So decent size, pretty wide.
Yes, it's a very wide couch.
Very wide. And then a nice little coffee table in front as well. Is it 2? It is 2. So interesting, but I guess easier to move around.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming to the bed. So one thing that is different is there is only one nightstand on this side. There's not one on that side. But there.
If you had like 4 adults sleeping in this room, it would be difficult because you could use the table over there as a nightstand, but there's not as many. You couldn't have your phone by your bed or whatever to plug it in.
Right. So you could use that table as the nightstand, but there's probably a plug with the lamp.
Right.
But there's more outlets on this side. There's the two plugs and the 2 USBs, and then on that side, is there an outlet at all?
I would hope so.
There is no outlet on this side.
Okay.
So outlets are plentiful, but not necessarily in the greatest locations.
Right. Which I think is relatively common in the studios.
Right. Yeah, this would be like the standard studio layout. So nice little like tapestry above the bed, and I like the lamps as well here. And then we have a nice map of Africa. But yeah, so that would be the room. So, what are your thoughts with the room so far? Haven't slept here yet, but
Right. I'm excited.
yeah.
To be perfectly honest, this is not where we originally planned to stay. We were planning to do a big trip with my family, and with COVID, my family didn't feel comfortable. We were going to stay at Wilderness Lodge in a 1-bedroom villa, Wilderness Lodge is my home resort. So I was excited to finally stay at my home resort. But when it was just the 2 of us, we didn't need all that space. So
Right.
Animal Kingdom Lodge was available, so we
Yeah.
decided to try it, and I'm excited to try it because I know you love Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Especially Jambo House. So I've never stayed in Kidani, so can't really speak to that. But Jambo House technically is not open to the public, only to DVC members. So we had the choice of staying between Jambo and Kidani, but it is Christmas time, so it's all decorated and everything, and Jambo House's lobby is much grander.
If I wasn't getting that Wilderness Lodge Christmas tree, I was gonna get a different big one.
Right. So we'll definitely show that, or that would have already been shown by the time this one goes up, so I'll link that video above for the Christmas decorations. But we will show the rest of the resort later, so probably see those in that as well. But yeah, this is going to do it for our little room tour for our Jambo House studio standard view. So we will see you in the morning with more of a hotel tour. Good morning. It is the next day, so as promised, here is our view from our room. So over there is the main pool for the Jambo House with the pool bar, and then beyond that is a little bit of the savannah with the flamingo area, which we will go down there in a little bit. And then this part of the building that we're seeing the top of is Boma, and this is actually the lounge area from, off the lobby as well. And this part of the building is the lobby. There's another trail of rooms over on that side, and then beyond that is the parking lot. But yeah, overall, I would say this is a very nice standard view. Because again, here you're not going to get a parking lot for standard view, which is a plus. It's either going to be pool view or obstructed savanna. So we have the pool view. And then one other thing that we noticed is it's a very large balcony to the point where 2 chairs can almost be next to each other, and that's the width of it. So pretty large area here, out here.
There would definitely be enough room for 4 chairs, even though they only give you 2.
Oh yeah, easily. And then of course with the zebras on the chairs as well, nice little fun touch. And then to show you the depth of the balcony as well, I will go with my back to the wall, and there is the door to the room, and here is our balcony. So first thoughts on the room last night.
I slept very well.
Yes, same. The bed was pretty comfortable, much better than Pop Century, but I mean
You struggled there.
The beds at the deluxe resorts are going to be higher quality than the values, of course. The pillows here are wonderful. Was a little loud last night, but it was just like kids running through the hallway screaming, so.
And it wasn't anything like, it didn't go on late at night.
No.
We weren't like, we want to go to bed, be quiet.
Right, just kind of like miscellaneous events. So we shall see how the rest of the stay goes, but for now, let's tour the rest of the resort. So leaving our room and turning to the right will bring us down the zebra trail. And then every so many rooms they have these openings with the windows, which is nice. So on this side we have a view of the pool, which we will go down there in a little bit. And then on this side is a tiny peek at one of the savannas. Looks like no animals yet, so we'll keep going down the zebra trail. And now here we have another opening onto the savanna. Still looks like no animals yet, but this little section also leads down to more rooms down that hallway straight ahead. And what's cool is Animal Kingdom Lodge is actually one of the largest collections of African art and artifacts outside of Africa. So kind of wandering the hallways, you can stumble upon some of these displays, which is kind of cool. So let's keep going down the zebra trail. And it looks like we have an Ankoli cattle out there. And still nothing on this side. So let's keep going, just a little bit farther. Here is another split to more rooms down that hallway. Another view at some African artifacts. And then this one is actually where the ice and vending is, which is closest to the lobby. So a bit of a walk to this from the lobby area. Still not seeing any animals out here. But yeah, so that is the zebra trail. And then leaving our room and turning to the left is going towards the lobby area. And right up here on the left, being the DVC section, is the guest laundry. And this is free to use for DVC members. Looks like you got quite a few dryers, a couple washers, and then they have the detergent and everything ready for you to purchase from a vending machine. And if you want to wait in here, there's a chair and a TV. So very handy to have this. And then continuing to the left is the lobby. So we were very close to the lobby, basically like 2 rooms in. And here is the view of the lobby from the zebra trail. And then right down here is a nice bridge to go over the lobby, which is get you some cool views of both the savannah, and then if coming at Christmas time, it gets you probably one of the best views of the Christmas tree, which is very nice. Get the whole tree in the shot for pictures. So very nice to have this bridge up here. And then continuing on down this hallway, we have the access to the elevators. So we'll go down to the lobby and explore the lobby area and the pool area. But yeah, here are the elevators to the main resort. So coming in from the parking lot, there is the loading and unloading area with a very well-themed and fun sign, the elephant. And then we'll follow this path just a second here. And then turn to my right. Straight ahead down there is the bus stop for this resort. And Jambo House and Kidani Village do have separate bus stops, so something to keep in mind. And then turning back here towards the lobby to our left, we have the outdoor entrance to the Zawadi Marketplace here. And we'll see the indoor entrance in just a second. Okay, and then when entering the lobby, just to the right is the indoor entrance to the Zawadi Marketplace. In non-COVID times, there's usually a wood carver or another African craft happening out here, but in COVID times that is not the case. And then also, since the Jambo House is technically closed to guests that are not DVC members, the Zawadi Marketplace is not open, but Johari Treasures at the Kidani Village is open. And now this is one of my favorite resort gift shops. There are some very cool and unique things in there, but unfortunately it's not open at this time. So turning towards the lobby, it is a pretty grand entrance. Over in the far corner is the bell services desk, and then along that wall is the reception and check-in area. And then here we have the grand lobby. And as I said, in the zebra trail, there are quite a few African artifacts around this resort. So all around the lobby, there's these cases of artifacts, which are very cool to just kind of browse and read about. So for example, here's some bronze currencies and some stone hand axes. But overall, just a very, very grand lobby. And then we'll walk towards the savannah area. So on the opposite side of the Christmas tree is the savannah viewing area. So let's go downstairs and have a look and see if we can find some animals today. So right outside there is a little fire pit here. And again, in non-COVID times, there's usually like some storytellers out here in the evenings. So very cool, very just relaxing to be sitting out here in the evenings. And then we can continue going out here. There's some rocking chairs out here. And I do see some pelicans or something in the distance. And just like any other animal viewing area, there are these little descriptions to learn about the animals. But yeah, I see some pelicans right here. So this is usually where they stay. I don't see any other animals on this side. We'll keep walking and see if we can find anything. So these were the pink-backed pelicans that we were seeing. So very cool to be reading about them, learning some fun facts. And to be seeing so many, I see there's 3 on this stump, and it looks like a heron right there. And then I see 2 more pelicans off in the distance over there. Yeah, let's see if we can go find some more animals. Okay, so we have some more animal spottings. There is, might be hard to see on here, but there is a giraffe walking back there, and he's passing a zebra right now. You can see the behind of the zebra. So, not seeing very many animals this morning, but seeing a few. And what is very cool about this resort is all of these rooms just overlook the savannah, and it's very unique and very just different to be waking up in the morning, going on your balcony and seeing a giraffe. Something that I love about this resort, they do cost a little bit more than the standard view rooms, but in my opinion it is worth it to spend a little bit extra to wake up and see the animals. And now again in the lobby with the savannah to our backs, we're going to turn right and check out this little area that is dedicated to some more of the African artifacts. This is just a nice little quiet area to just kind of sit, get out of the crowds, and just kind of relax a little bit. But there are lots of like hand-carved wood sculptures, and we have some weapons over here. There's a German colonial officer's sword here. Yeah, plenty of seating, which is nice. And this actually overlooks a different savannah. And here we have a giraffe right outside. So let's go out there and see some zebras too. So we have 2 zebras right here looking at us. And then we have a giraffe over in the distance over there. And then behind the giraffe I see some antelope. And then way in the distance, I'm not sure if it's going to come through on the camera, I see some more of the Ankoli cattle. Another thing that's unique about this resort is if you see these little wooden pens, those are actually for people. So if there were to be a fire alarm or another reason for the resort to be evacuated, they need to have enough room to hold the guests and not have them interfering with the animals and putting the animals or the guests at risk for any kind of danger. So those pens are actually for humans to be in case there were to be an emergency, which is very, very well thought out in my opinion. But again, very cool to be waking up in any of these rooms and seeing some animals. There are multiple savannas in this resort, and they do rotate the animals as well. So you may see some different ones throughout the day. So these zebras might be in the one that we were just in a few minutes ago in a few hours. Okay, and then again back in the lobby, just to give you some perspective, the savannah's over there, the room with all the artwork is over there, and the Christmas tree is to our left. Turning to our right is actually the overlook to one of my favorite buffets on property, Boma. But first, there is the lounge area right here. This is the Victoria Falls Lounge. So this is a bar. Again, this is not open right now during COVID times, but also a very nice area just to check out. The lobby is actually on the 3rd floor, so the lounge is the 2nd floor, and then Boma's on the 1st floor. So let's go down to the 1st floor and check out that area down there. And then from the elevators on the 1st floor, walking out towards these doors, to our left is the entrance to Boma, which is currently closed due to COVID times. But like I said before, this is one of my favorite buffets on property. Just a very large selection of soups, and it's a good experience to kind of get a taste for some African flavors, but not going too exotic and too eclectic. And then to our left right here, on this daily adventures, they usually have the schedule for anything that they have going on at the resort during the day. But like I said before, this resort is technically closed, so there's nothing on this board right now. And then across from Boma, on the other side of the double doors that we saw earlier, is one of my favorites on property, Chico. So this is the signature restaurant at Animal Kingdom Lodge, and this actually is where they have a lot of the wine tastings since Animal Kingdom Lodge also has the largest selection of African wine outside of Africa. So very unique. Highly recommend checking out Jiko once they do reopen. And then going through these double doors is going towards the Mara and the pool area. So let's go check it out. So with the double doors behind us, and Boma is to our left right here with the windows. We're just going to follow this path a little bit. The pool is to our right, which we will look at that in just a minute. And then at the end of this covered walkway is the Mara, which is the quick service option here at Animal Kingdom Lodge, which again is not currently open due to COVID and due to the resort technically not being open. But again, it is a very good spot for having some flatbreads. Very good offerings here. Not your traditional quick service place. Never really had a bad meal here either. And then turning to our right just a bit is where the arcade and the spa area is here at Animal Kingdom Lodge Jambo House. Here's the restroom area by the pool, so very handy to have that close by, as well as some lockers, which are again currently unavailable due to COVID and due to the resort being closed. Straight ahead we have the Pumbaa's Fun and Games, which is the arcade here. And then again, this daily adventure board is currently empty, but in normal times they would have all of the daily offerings for activities. And then walking towards the pool area, here is the Jambo House pool. So this is a zero entry pool, which is always a nice little feature to have. It does have a slide, which is nice. And they do have a little poster up here showing that they have movies under the stars at 8 o'clock on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And then over at Kidani on the other days of the week. But here's a look at the pool. It is a pretty standard pool, but it's still a very nice pool. And then up here on top of these stairs, and up here we have a little splash pad area with some animals walking around the side for the small children in the party. And looks like it's about maybe a couple inches deep, so not too deep, just perfect for small children. And this is right across from the main pool. So let's keep walking down to our left and see what we can find. And then this building up here on our right is the Uzima Springs Pool Bar, which is currently closed right now. They were open for one day during our stay here, but in normal times they are open with the pool. It is a fairly limited menu. They don't have many food options, mostly the drinks, but again, very nice to have just a pool bar next to the pool in case you want a little cocktail while you're having your vacation. And then continuing on down this path, we will go to the left. And here is one of the hot tubs here at the Jambo House pool area. So kind of a smaller hot tub, but I do like how it's kind of tucked back away from the pool area and amongst the bushes and trees. Very nice. And there is a shower there to shower before you get in the hot tub. And then continuing down this path is another overlook to the savannah, so you can kind of be in the pool area and see some animals as well. And I'm not seeing anything over here yet. Yeah, I don't see anything in the savannah at this time. Looks like maybe a wildebeest way in the back, but I don't think that's going to come through on the camera. And then in the back, you kind of see in the video, that's where they house a lot of the animals as well and care for them. So kind of cool to see that. Usually this area is full of some sort of animals, but looks like this morning not very many. So turning back towards the pool area, with our hot tub here on our left, we're going to go down this path and then turn to the left again with the pool straight in front of us, and kind of loop around and go up these stairs right here. Because there's always animals up here. Right on top of these stairs, in the pool area, there's actually a flamingo viewing area. So quite a few flamingos up here, some young ones, some older ones, all different colors. So yeah, very cool to see and read about all the flamingos as well. Because they also have the information right here on the greater flamingo. Yeah, you can come up here and see a flamboyance of flamingos. Okay, and then going back down these stairs with the pool bar and the pool in front of us, we're going to continue our circle around the pool to the left. And up here on our left is a kids play area, not a water playground, just a normal playground that is currently closed due to COVID. Once the COVID restrictions are lifted, this is just a nice area to have for the kids to be playing. And then continuing to our right now to continue our circle around the pool. Here is another one of the hot tubs here at the resort. This is one of my favorite ones just because it seems it's more tucked away and private, because on our right here, this rock structure right here is the water slide. So you can kind of see the pathway and the stairs leading up to the top of the water slide. But yeah, that pretty much completes the circle around the pool here at the Jambo House. So let's head back into the lobby and probably to the car and give our final thoughts about our stay. Okay, we are back in the car after our stay at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So final thoughts on the room. Let's start with the room.
I thought the room was nice. This was my first time staying in a studio, so I was like, oh, for a villa, it's so tiny. But for a regular room, it is spacious. It's nice to have the little kitchenette area because we definitely used it.
Right.
We had some leftovers from getting the bread service and bringing it back. So we were able to have it more than once reheated and everything. So that was really nice. The bathroom, really no complaints on that.
No.
The bed was super comfortable.
Yes.
The pillows I loved the pillows, so that was nice. It wasn't the Pop Century bed where you kind of have to go to roll over. But
yeah.
There was no closet, which was weird, but they made do with the space they had, and the little wardrobe area was totally fine and usable. The balcony was big.
Balcony was very, very spacious. But yeah, I agree that the bed was very comfortable. Pillows were wonderful. My complaint was there was no outlet on the one side of the bed.
Right.
So.
But that was your side of the bed, so
yeah.
I was fine.
So, that was. We made do. We just had, like, the alarm and everything on the one side of the bed, which was fine. But yeah, overall, I thought it was a very nice room.
I wish we'd had a Savannah view, but that's just like, we booked so late in the game that it wasn't available. So, so it was fine. And it was still really nice to be by the pool and everything. I was just happy to not be looking over a parking lot. And when you get standard view, there's a good chance at other resorts that you're staring at a parking lot.
Right.
So that was one really wonderful perk of Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah. Now, how about the resort as a whole?
I feel like now's not the time to go to Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah, especially Jambo House. So Jambo House is closed to the general public, only open to DVC members. So pretty much everything here is closed, which is a bit odd, that like there's no gift shop, there's no food, there's nothing. The pool's open.
The pool bar was open our first day,
Right.
and they said it was that day only. But there wasn't really anything there that appealed to us food-wise, and we were just trying to get to the park.
Right.
So right now is just not the time because I feel like I didn't fully experience Animal Kingdom Lodge.
Yeah.
I feel like the best way to experience Animal Kingdom Lodge would be to have a Savannah View room and eat at the restaurants and swim in the pool, but it's like in the 60s right now and I'm cold. So we didn't make it out to the pool.
Right.
But I still really enjoyed our stay and enjoyed our time there.
Well, we'll have to come back here and stay here when it's in non-COVID times when everything's open.
I think you'd need a car here.
Yes, that is one of the, I don't want to say downsides. It's just something different to consider when you're staying at Animal Kingdom Lodge is unless you want to take the bus everywhere, it is so much easier to have a car.
I'm so spoiled by the monorail or the Epcot area resorts that this does feel, it's like, oh, it's so isolated, which is cool, but it's also like, I want to go now to the park instead of, okay, let's get in the car and go, let alone get on a bus and go.
Right. And then as far as like resort activities, there's usually, they do have this at Kidani somewhat. In the lobby, there's a cast member that's telling you about a specific artifact, or they'll bring out like a skull of an animal and talk to you about the animal or whatever it may be, just kind of varies throughout the day. They usually have that here. Usually they have like African drummers in the lobby every afternoon. One of the unique things is for Jico and Boma, which are two that I highly recommend checking out if you have not tried it before.
I haven't.
If you are concerned about the flavor profiles that you might experience at these restaurants, since they are kind of African flavors and not really traditional flavors that people are used to trying, you can actually sample some of the menus. So the restaurants open for dinner at 5, and every day here at 4, when they are open, they do a tour of the restaurants, and you can try a little bit of pieces of the menu from both Boma and Jico, which is kind of nice to have that be, and it's completely free to do, which is also a little bonus. And then Jico, being a large collection of wine, being a signature restaurant, they also have wine tastings every Wednesday, which is also kind of nice. And I think it's like $20 a person, so not going to break the bank, not too bad. Nice little just thing to have going on. I think those are at 3 o'clock on Wednesdays. But when everything opens up, we'll know that for sure, and we'll have to try all that kind of stuff. But
Like I said, basically my takeaway from our stay is that now's not the time to come here. I didn't fully experience everything that Animal Kingdom Lodge has to offer, obviously. But I still really enjoyed our stay.
yeah.
And it was definitely a good pick for Christmas.
Yes, for sure. So, I think that's going to do it for our little weekend trip here. Or not weekend trip. Couple day, 5-day trip here.
Weekend?
I don't know.
What?
I'm used to little weekend trips with you. I'm
know.
not used to a longer trip. But that's going to do it for our little trip here at Animal Kingdom Lodge. So, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the tour. And we will see you next time.
See you real soon.